Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'll be very brief. Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand to support the Cancer Prevention and Control Amendment Bill 2019 brought about by Senator Ali. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to start by condoning with my colleagues, especially putting my condolences to the family of the late OKOTH and Laboso. Mr. Speaker, sir, these are two great leaders who had an opportunity, and true to their word, they were dedicated to their work, and they were public servants whom we were expecting a lot to them, especially when serving this country. My condolences to their family, friends, and their relatives. When it comes to Laboso, I looked at her like a woman leader. I admired all that she did in the shortest time I had known her in the political world. And I'll miss a friend, I'll miss a leader, and I'll miss a companion. When it comes to OKOTH, Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand here because OKOTH has been my political party member, and we shared a lot despite the sickness that he had endured. So I want to say that on 26th and the 29th of this month has been 2 days that have been the dark days in our lives, especially to our leaders that we were expecting a lot. May the Lord Almighty God rest their soul in eternal peace. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to go straight away to this bill. And I want to support the proposed amendments by adding that raising public awareness for cancer is very important. This therefore will enable us to visit, or our members to visit, health facilities at the earliest opportunities so far, because it is not only the prominent personalities that are affected by this disease, but rather everyone is exposed and everyone is at risk of conducting or having cancer. It is true that cancer treatment is expensive, Mr. Speaker, sir. The care of palliative, the palliative care, treatment, time taken is expensive too. It is the highest time Kenya, through the Ministry of Education, needs to take its preventive measures at the first score in preventing this particular condition. Mr. Speaker, sir, capacity building, especially with our healthcare workers in this field, especially when it comes to how they can take care of these patients and how to detect, as my colleagues have said, it's very important. We are talking about a condition that is brought about by so many factors when it comes to healthcare. Through probably importation of goods that are artificial, through prevention of our foodstuffs, and even climatical change. All these are factors that are contributing towards cancer problem in our bodies. And it is the highest time Kenya needs to change its parameters on how it can fight cancer, how it can prevent cancer, and how it can take care of those already who are affected. And Mr. Speaker, sir, as you look, we are losing so many Kenyans. We are losing so many Kenyans on Kenya. And just pronouncing or saying that cancer is, it should be declared as a national disaster is not only enough. But we need to look at even how many resources are going there, putting into consideration that healthcare or health services have been devolved. How much are we going to give, despite us purchasing very important, very relevant equipment? How much are we going to put into capacity building? How much are we going to put into equipment that are going to detect the most current cancers in this world or in this country of ours? It is therefore my appeal that the Senate, when this bill has been brought in this format, we work around making sure that this bill has been adopted to fast track what is all that is needed to go into this bill so that we can save Kenyans, because it's a time bomb that we are sitting on as Kenyans, especially talking about people passing or dying on cancer and not doing much that is needed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and I support.
Very well.